curious, observant. Look at the high-density server racks and complex cabling of a modern data center. Corporations spend millions outfitting rooms exactly like this, with enterprise-grade firewalls, layers of encryption, and strict multi-factor authentication. Breaching a fortified network from the outside is incredibly difficult. It requires elite coding teams, expensive zero-day exploits, and months of coordinated effort to find a single digital crack. But all of that digital armor can be completely bypassed by a $5 piece of plastic left in the company parking lot. In 2016, University of Illinois researchers tested this vulnerability. They scattered 300 flash drives across campus. Nearly 50% were picked up and plugged in. 68% of those users said they were driven by pure altruism, simply wanting to return a lost item. We spend billions of dollars every year developing algorithmic threat detection, yet we spend a fraction of that training the employees who actually operate the machines. The most sophisticated digital security on Earth offers zero protection if human curiosity provides a direct physical bridge right into the network. The most basic version of a drop attack relies on deception. An employee finds a drive, plugs it in, and clicks on a file disguised as a standard payroll PDF. That file is actually an executable. Once opened, it silently installs a backdoor or malware directly onto the local machine. But what if the target is well-trained and never clicks the file? That brings us to a more advanced threat known as Human Interface Device, or HID, spoofing. Computer operating systems have a foundational rule. They blindly trust input from keyboards. An attacker disguises a malicious USB to look like a keyboard. The instant it connects, it types thousands of commands per second, granting access before the user even touches their mouse. Devices known as USB killers store a massive electrical charge and release 220 volts back into the port, instantly frying the motherboard. These advanced attacks do not hack the software. They weaponize the machine's own hardware rules against itself. This physical vulnerability is the only way to breach the highest tier of cybersecurity, an air-gapped system. This is a high-security network that is physically and permanently disconnected from the internet. You cannot hack an air gap remotely. You have to trick a human employee with clearance into physically carrying the malicious code across the room. This has happened at the highest levels of government. In 2008, a breached drive infected U.S. military networks in the Middle East. 2 years later, the Stuxnet worm infiltrated an Iranian industrial facility, seen here in this high-altitude satellite view. The Stuxnet malware specifically hunted for the offline code controlling these silver cylindrical centrifuges, eventually destroying the physical hardware inside the facility. This is an active, ongoing tactic today. In their late 2024 threat report, Kaspersky detailed a modern nation-state attack targeting government entities in Southeast Asia. Attackers now inject malicious code directly into the access management software of secure USB drives. This offline worm steals classified data from the secure partition, secretly spreading the infection to any clean drives it connects to, operating entirely off the grid. As digital walls are built higher and thicker, sophisticated attackers simply pivot to exploiting the physical space where those walls do not exist. This chart tracks the volume of offline local threats in Southeast Asia in 2024. It shows a sharp 15% year-over-year spike, culminating in 50 million blocked on-device attacks. Hackers are actively reverting to these older, physical delivery methods to quietly evade modern digital tracking tools. Defending against this requires strict technical controls. IT departments have to disable USB auto-run protocols across their networks and permanently block any untrusted ports. Endpoint detection tools are also critical. They act as a last line of defense, designed to catch malicious commands in the milliseconds after new hardware connects. But technical patches alone will always be insufficient. There is no software update that can patch human curiosity or the innate human instinct to help someone find a lost item. A flash drive lying on the ground is never truly lost. It is exactly where the attacker intended it to be.